What's up, dudes? Did he get dressed?
Huh?
Did he get dressed?
Yeah, he has a suit on. He came to my house before.
He's got a suit on again. See which one you're. And then what decided to do and everything, go down the steps and walk like
I see it. Yes, that was everything out of the story he was going to bring up. Oh.
Did he find his knives?
What?
His knives. He has his knives in a bag for work and he can't find them.
Still hasn't lost it. He asked me to that.
The kid is too much.
How much were they?
He didn't even get to do it.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Gina Bronson, and over here in the darkness is my co-Renaissance partner, Kelly Hussey, and we are hosting the People's Choice Awards tonight. On behalf of our faculty and staff, I'd like to warmly welcome all of you, students, families, and colleagues to this year's People's Choice Awards. And a special thank you to Mrs. Bean Fox, Jillian Endicott, and Colton Hutchinson, representing Triumph as our prelude. Tonight is a special night, one that celebrates not just academic achievements or athletic accomplishments, but the character, growth, and spirit of our students. The People's Choice Awards are unique because each honoree has been personally chosen by a faculty or staff member, someone who saw something remarkable in them and felt inspired to recognize it. This evening is about those meaningful connections, quiet moments of perseverance, acts of kindness, and the individual stories that make our school community so extraordinary. We ask that you please be respectful and supportive of every student, staff member, and family involved. Let's make this a positive and uplifting experience for everyone. Thank you all for being here to celebrate with us, and let's get started.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Greta Pasovich, and I am the girls volleyball coach here at LCMR. I brought my daughter Millie up on stage with me this evening because the two young ladies I'm going to talk about tonight haven't just been a part of our LCMR volleyball family for the last 4 years, but they've also been a huge part of my daughter's lives as well, inspiring them to be the next generation of strong, confident female athletes. Tonight I'm here to celebrate the incredible talents and guidance of two individuals who truly helped to shape the success of our volleyball program. Beyond their individual skills and athletic achievements, these two individuals have consistently demonstrated outstanding leadership qualities, fostering a strong and positive team culture. On the court, they've been instrumental in leading our team to victory with their unwavering determination and commitment to the game. And off the court, they've been a driving force in growing our sport of volleyball and bringing it to new heights. Both of these athletes and young ladies have been a true anchor for our team, consistently providing stability and guidance, especially for our younger girls. But their leadership extends far beyond the court. They've taken the initiative to organize team-building activities and foster communication between players, creating an environment where every player feels valued and supported. Their dedication to creating a positive team culture has truly made a difference. They've also consistently held themselves to high standards, both on and off the court, serving as role models for their teammates. As we look ahead to the future, we can be sure that the legacy of these two amazing young women will continue to inspire future generations of volleyball players at LCMR. Let's give a big round of applause to my two incredible senior captains, Maya McPherson and Reagan Milligan, for their outstanding leadership and dedication to the LCMR volleyball team for the past 4 years. Maya and Reagan will be sorely missed, but I am so proud of you both and can't wait to see what you do in the future. Thank you.
Good evening to everybody. My name is Karen Murnahan. This is my 24th year here at LCMR, and I am thrilled to be back at People's Choice. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it last year, so this is going to start with an apology, because this young lady is somebody that I absolutely would have picked last year, but I am lucky enough that her locker is right outside my door, which is probably a giveaway. And I get to see her every day. I get to check in with her. I get to hear about her excellent successes in volleyball, her course load, and every once in a while I try to remind her she should get some sleep, mixed in with all of those things there. I am in awe of how much my nominee has been able to accomplish in just 2 years at high school. Besides being a standout volleyball player, she's a stellar student, top of her class. And on a personal note, I just like to talk to her every day. More morning, in the afternoon, whenever I get to catch up with her, it's always great to hear about what's going on with her. If I actually have a request for her scientific dad, if you could clone her, that would be great. I would appreciate that, because if we could have more students like my nominee, we would be in such a great place. Early in her freshman year, she had done a self-portrait where she had these beautiful flowers all drawn over the picture, and it always just stuck with me. It was beautiful, just like she is. And I just wanted her to know that that really touched me, what she wrote, and that I look forward to watching her blossom over her 2 years remaining. Mr. Ziemba, don't change the lockers, because I need her to be out there every day with me. I am very proud to have my nominee for 2025's People's Choice Award, Ms. Addie Pasovich.
Good evening, I'm Mark Ardella, I teach math here at the high school. Teachers, especially math teachers, like answering questions. But we can only answer the questions that are asked. If you don't ask a question, we can't answer. Most students are afraid to ask because they're afraid they don't know it's silly. When actually most of the class will be relieved because they had the same question. So for not only asking, but also admitting you have lots of questions, I nominate Ainsley Reed.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Eric Albert. Hey guys. So I'm a special education teacher here, and sometimes you get those students they'll kind of fly under the radar. They have tremendous qualities, but they're not that star athlete. They don't have the lead to play, but they're worthy of recognition nonetheless. The girl I chose falls into that category. She's an amazing young lady, tremendous student, great friend, and outstanding artist. And tonight is her night to be recognized, and it's her night to shine. My People's Choice Award is Ashante Lane.
Hello again. I'm Gina Bronson. I teach TV media, desktop publishing with graphic design, and drone aviation. And tonight, I'm coming to you as a director, and I'm going to set the scene for my most influential student. Director's notes, take one. High school studio, early morning. A close-up of the camera pans across blinking lights. The TriCaster hums. Enter her. Confident in her stride, she's not just here, she owns the space. For the past 4 years, I have had the privilege of watching a true creative force grow. Not just in skill, but in spirit. She's a photographer, videographer, editor, designer, director, and yes, even a national state champion, first place in Skills USA for video news production for the state of New Jersey, a news queen. She doesn't just do the work, she elevates it. She sees a blank screen and fills it with purpose. She sees a challenge and meets it head on, camera rolling. But her talent doesn't stop there. She's an incredible actress, able to shift from a silly scene to a serious with a glance. She's a stylish soul with a love for cats and a vibe all around. She's a multi-instrument musician and a multi-dimensional person in every room she enters. She is kind, she is funny, she is fearless. She doesn't need to be the loudest voice to command the most attention. She can hold her own in any crowd. She often makes others feel stronger just by being beside them. This year, I have been lucky enough to have her as my intern, multiple periods a day, every single day. My right hand, my creative partner, my go-to, and if I'm honest, when she graduates, I'm gonna miss her more than I can say. Now, let's cut to a wide shot, because you all need to see what I've been lucky enough to see all 4 years. A powerhouse, a leader, a light. It is my honor and joy to announce my people's choice, pause for dramatic effect, Autumn Richards.
Good evening, everyone. Excuse me, I'm battling a cold. My name is Don Polo. I've been teaching math here for 23 years, and I'm here to talk about a couple young ladies who I met 4 years ago in my algebra block class, who brought a lot of spunk and excitement to math class. Over the last 4 years, I've got to know them through pop-in conversations. One young lady took a little bit of time on homebound, and I tried to convince her to come back, and she did. The other young lady, I happened to walk into guidance last year in September, and she's there with her guidance counselor and her mother wanting to drop out of school. I had to quickly intervene. I let her know how bright she is, and how much she has to offer. And I told her to think about it over the weekend. And she decided to stay in school. During that time, I tried to convince her to get her partner back in school. And I'm so proud of them for being back for their senior year. I'm extremely sorry we couldn't have the lip sync battle. Because that was going to be a great finale. But I would like to recognize Macy Kirsch and Bella Babora as my people's choice.
Buenas noches, everybody. This is such a fun night. Everyone deserves an award because we have really the best students here in Lower Cape May, and I'm so blessed to be here. It's only my 3rd year, but I feel like I've been here forever. So thanks to the faculty, staff, and the students. This year, I'm actually nominating 2 students for my People's Choice Award. One has no idea. The other one might think that they know, and I just want to talk about these 2 students in general because both of them have weathered big storms with some sorrow, great sorrow, but great grace at the same time. The first one, well, I guess I could say both of them. It's been said that calm seas don't make seasoned sailors. These 2 students have become very seasoned sailors and are very resilient, not just surviving, but thriving. I have watched the first be tenacious. Her resilience has turned into tenacious character and just full of joy and light. The shrugging of the shoulders, it's all right. Anything that comes her way, she looks at it as an opportunity to overcome, and she's very competitive. If that weren't enough, that positivity and hope really affect everybody around them, including me. I get excited and I get hopeful just by spending time with this first girl. John Wooden, UCL Bruins men's basketball coach, quotes this poem: "There is choice in everything you do. So keep in mind, the choice you make makes you." So that's why I know that this student is going to be very successful, because she chooses to be joyful and to overcome all the obstacles that come her way. And she's had a very big one that we've been able to watch her overcome with grace. That can-do attitude is going to make you very successful, Bernadette. Thanks for letting me be on the ride with you. It's been a pleasure. Mr. Albert said, this other student might be less kind of noticed, but I've noticed you, and I want you to know that you're seen and you're noticed. And we know that you're struggling, but you are also overcoming, and you've really blossomed into, I had you as a student last year, so you're probably not even thinking that I'm going to be nominating you, but I am, because I have seen you overcome struggles with grace and with confidence, and I just want you to know that if you keep fighting with that positivity and with that joy and with that tenacity as well, you will accomplish anything, and any obstacle will be, any setback and obstacle will be another opportunity to overcome and to learn a new lesson. So my second People's Choice Award nominee is Mia DiCiano.
Good evening. It's great to see so many students recognized tonight. Congratulations to all of our well-deserving students. The Lower Cape May Regional High School Caper Tiger wrestling team, under the direction of Coach Bill Damiana, has experienced fantastic success during the past several seasons. There have been many outstanding performances and memorable moments, but one wrestler has led the way. Winning 3 District 32 championships and 3 Region 8 championships through his junior season, this wrestler has been a state place winner each year of his high school career. His record stands at 134 wins against 5 losses. While his success has been remarkable, and we await his senior year with great expectation, he has always represented Lower Cape May Regional High School with strength, determination, and humility. Please welcome my nominee for the 2025 People's Choice Award, Chase Hansen.
I chose to separate them a little bit here, partly because I think that my next nominee might be a little embarrassed to be here tonight. He puts up a pretty good front that he doesn't care, it doesn't matter to him. I totally fell for that his 9th grade year. He was so frustrating. We would be reading, and he'd do a great job reading, and then he would answer these questions all the time, trying to act like he wasn't really paying attention, but I knew that he was. However, I think that this year, I've gotten a chance to see a side of him that maybe not a lot of people, unfortunately, get to see. And I learned quite the opposite, that he cares a lot. That's why this is the embarrassing part, I'm kind of putting that out there. Some of my favorite moments this school year have been at the end of the day when he's walking out and he comes by for like a high five because he did something really well. And I know that track has been a wonderful experience for him this year. And I know that he did a really good job a couple weekends ago, tons of medals and personal records. And when I went to ask him, did you guys take pictures, let me see? It was almost like he kind of was surprised that I wanted to kind of share that experience with him. And I wanted to take this opportunity to let him know that in the next couple of years, I'm the cheerleader in your corner. I want to see every medal, I want to hear about every success, because I know you have plenty more in your future. I also want to let you know that I'm going to kick your butt in gear when you need to. So your successes are great, but I'm here to push you to do better because I know you always can. My second nominee this year is Chris Dooley.
Hi everybody, I'm Ms. Crisanti, I'm the art teacher here, and I'm a little long-winded, so sorry. Usually, my People's Choice Award nominee is someone who I've known for years, usually all 4 years of high school. I tend to pick a senior. I look for someone who I know really well, someone who I'm proud of, someone who's impressed me with their effort and their personality. This year, I can say my People's Choice Award recipient checks all of those boxes except for one. I haven't known him for all 4 years. Actually, I only met him at the end of last year. I'll start with the obvious, which is that he's truly an incredibly skilled artist. Anyone who's watched him as he creates art will know that he's a humble and self-critical artist. He's quick to shy away from a compliment and point out the flaws in a masterpiece that he whipped out while other people were still brainstorming. I want him to hear me and keep his objections to himself when I say that he is one of the most talented artists that I've ever had the pleasure of working with. He is really motivated as an artist, always working, even while his classmates are sometimes less than productive. As he creates art, as he created art this year, I was able to get to know the kind, friendly, intelligent, and funny person behind the artwork. He's quick to share stories, opinions, and to help others whenever possible. All these qualities are wrapped up in a humble young man who's definitely blushing right now. I want to thank you for becoming such an integral part of my classroom this year and for the opportunity to get to know you and your artwork. Congratulations, Christopher Malice.
Hello, my name is Carl, teacher here at LCMR. I run a flower shop as well as an after-school 4-H program. I am retiring in June. This is very sad for me. 39 years, 2 different school districts, 1 different states even, completely different. This school though, I'm sorry. I feel humbled to have been included in this district for the last 18 years, 19 now. I have been a member of the school and have enjoyed every year and have met some wonderful children. I've never had any year that I could not find that special someone. Most years there were many, many students that I wanted to acknowledge. This year was no exception. There were many. One of the problems was that you guys were already picked. So I had to pick somebody else. But that was great because this person was so wonderful. This someone stood out from the very beginning. From the time I met them in 10th grade, this one has character. This one had spunk. He has personality, has spirit, also had empathy. You think I was talking about one of my horses. But no, I'm talking about the sweetest, most hardworking, always available to throw some hay, move some plants, even build some cages, someone I know. And that someone is my People's Choice nominee, Mr. Clark Bosky.
Good evening, I'm Ashley Wonder. I teach history, government, and occasionally they let me do seminar and research, so I do it all. It is rare to encounter a student who embodies such unique combination of qualities. My People's Choice is one of those exceptional individuals. Not only does he stay ahead of the curve when it comes to current events, but he has remarkable ability to reflect on them with a depth of wisdom that seems beyond his years. Whether we are talking politics, books, music, or really anything, his insights are always well-informed and thought-provoking. Don't even get me started on his sense of style, always expressing himself with fashion choices that are effortlessly cool. I want to be when I grow up. And not to mention how hard it was to lie to you today and play cool when you were trying to guess who nominated you this evening. Whether you follow your passion for English, history, or wherever the wind takes you, I know, Colton, you will leave a lasting impression wherever you go. So congratulations, Colton Hutchinson.
Hello, my name is Dana Markovitz and I am one of the school counselors here at Lower Cape May. I don't usually read stuff off my phone, but I left my speech in the car and I was too lazy to get it. Okay, I am so excited to be here tonight to tell you about My People's Choice. I have known her for many years now and have had the pleasure of watching her grow into the confident, capable, and compassionate young woman she is today. Life hasn't always made things easy for her. She's faced challenges that could have easily knocked someone off course, but not her. Despite the many obstacles thrown her way, she has never complained, never given up, and never let her 100-watt smile dim. She has faced every hardship with grace, grit, and unwavering determination. What makes her even more remarkable is that through it all, she has continued to think of others, whether it's offering a kind word, a helping hand, or simply being there when someone needs support, she shows up. Her strength isn't just in what she's overcome, but in how she's lifted others along the way. I also want to take a moment to recognize someone else very special, my recipient's mother. You have raised not one, but two incredible children who are both being honored here tonight. That is an extraordinary achievement. Thank you for instilling in them the values of hard work, compassion, and perseverance. It's clear that your love and guidance have helped shape the amazing people they've become. My People's Choice recipient is Daniela Lozado Valle.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. I first met this student when he was a freshman, and suffice to say, David Irons, you have come a long way. From looking for the loopholes and shortcuts, smattered with a dose of complaints, to a young man with lofty goals, I could not be more proud. There's no doubt about it. Life gets in the way of our desires and our dreams, sometimes on an all too regular basis, and sometimes in some pretty nasty ways. There are few people on the planet, if any, who have not known heartbreak, crushing disappointments, and the loss of someone we love. As difficult as life got for David at times, he somehow emerged a stronger, more responsible man. Watching him mature and become more aware of what he needed to do to achieve his goals, becoming a more consistent student, and most importantly, recognizing that the journey is never a straight path and that there will be ups and downs along the way. Yet he always found a way back to his center and the courage to take that first step again and again and again. You may count him down, but never out. David's persistence and newfound work ethic and a belief in a better tomorrows will carry him to each new level. It is with great pride and a few tears I welcome my People's Choice nominee, David Irons, to the stage.
Good evening. I am Miss Hussey, and I'm standing in for Miss Adams, who is very distraught that she could not be here today. But these are her words. We, as teachers, with the passing of time, encounter many students who somehow teach us real-life lessons to bring to our classrooms every day. One of these students is Ina Nikolova. Ina is an exceptionally driven student who patiently and diligently works on her assignments. However, it is not her drive nor her determination at the core of her work ethics or the way she undertakes her work, but a deep and true desire to learn. Ina strives not just to know and be able to use what she has learned, but it is her thirst and love for learning and a never-ending curiosity that makes Ina go above and beyond. So in Ina's own words, you never know where you are going to pull your inspiration from. Well, in the years to come, long after she has graduated, I am sure Ina will continue to inspire me. Ina Nikolova.
Hi, good evening. I'm Jennifer Sessa. I am an English teacher and acting teacher here at the high school. I met my nominee 2 years ago as a sophomore. And to say that to start my day with her every day was kind of something. She has definitely a personality all her own. She is incredibly sarcastic. She has one of the toughest exteriors I've probably ever seen. But if you are her friend, you know it, and she will do anything for you, probably even more so than she would do for herself. And I think that it was sophomore year, and she's probably going to be mad at me for telling me this story, but that outer shell kind of broke away a little bit. And I don't remember exactly what we were doing, but we were in class and we were talking about colleges and their goals, and someone else in the class said to her, well, at least I have goals, unlike you. First, I thought she was gonna punch that other person in the face. But I really do believe they are friends, by the way. So I do believe that she took that a little bit or a lot to heart. Right over the past 2 years, wow, she has been something else. She has goals above and beyond anything that I could have imagined for her, and I know she's gonna reach every one of them and surpass them, and I know she thinks she annoys me sometimes, but I'm definitely gonna miss all of those visits to my classroom next year, and that is why Samantha Benigno, you are people's choice.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kirsten Price, and I am the athletic secretary here and the softball coach. Choosing a People's Choice recipient is not about voting or picking favorites. It's about the choices we make every day that reflect who we are. My recipients have not just made their mark on the field, they have shown us coaches what it means to truly embody the spirit of teamwork and selflessness. As 4-year varsity softball starters, they have demonstrated incredible dependability and hard work. Every game they play, every practice they attend, they bring grit and humility. They are the kind of players who will step up and play any position you ask them to, even if they don't like it. That's not just talent, that's a choice to put the team first and play for the name on the front of their jersey rather than the one on the back. They remind us that making the right choice often means putting others before ourselves. They inspire their teammates to bring their best selves to the table and strive for that same sense of community on and off the field. Kaylee and Bella, I hope you continue to bloom to your full potential and let your light shine brightly for all of us to see. Thank you for all your hard work you've put in each day, for all the smiles, laughter, and patience you've brought with you for the past 4 years. My People's Choice recipients are Kaylee De Leon and Isabella or Bella Miranda.
Good evening. I'm Mrs. Utch. I'm the District Library Media Specialist. The young woman whom I'm presenting tonight is a beacon of initiative, and she was instrumental in the establishment of the LCMR Book Club. It was her spark of enthusiasm, her unwavering motivation, that ignited this haven of literary minds. Indeed, she possesses a rare quality, one that even keeps me precisely on track and on schedule for all of our meetings. Beyond her organization prowess, she is a gifted artist. Her creativity was spilling onto our Hogwarts cards that we distributed during Haunted High School in October. And let us not forget the quiet fortitude she has displayed in navigating the personal challenge of family relocation. Through it all, her dedication to her studies, our book club, has all remained steadfast. In short, this is a student of remarkable intellect, character, resilience. Isabella Harani is without a doubt a most worthy choice, and she's my choice. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. My name is Jessica Soul, and I coach volleyball at RMT and here at LCMR. My People's Choice Award nominee is someone who I find to be very kind, hardworking, and just a true joy to coach and to be around. She's not only a dedicated student athlete, but is also talented in the arts. As a teammate on our varsity volleyball team, she brought intensity, teamwork, and a rallying spirit every time. Off the court, she's equally as impressive, with a natural gift for music and theater. Whether she's spiking a ball or performing in musicals, she channels her discipline and creativity into everything she does, with the kindest heart and a smile. My People's Choice nominee is Jade Krebs.
Good evening. My name is Sid Peterkin. I'm the cross-country coach, the winter track coach, the boys spring track coach, and I teach math down at the school down the street, so thanks for inviting me to your party. Some athletes win titles, some break records, and some, like my People's Choice Award winner, do all that and so much more. She's a two-time CAL All-Star, undefeated in the National Conference for cross-country, a two-time state finalist in the 1600 meters, 2024 county champ in the 800, the holder of the sophomore pentathlon record. She's been the captain of the cross-country, winter, and spring track team, every season. But those are just stats. What truly defines Jenna is the way that she shows up for others. And as Coach K says, leadership is not about being in charge. It is about taking care of those in your charge. And that's exactly who she is. A leader in the purest sense, lifting her teammates, encouraging her competitors, and always putting the team before herself. She's the one cheering on the last runner, checking in on someone who's struggling, offering a hug, a high five, or a smile that turns around her day. She doesn't ask for attention. She earns her respect with her heart, her humility, her quiet, constant strength. She's not just an athlete, she's the soul of every team she leads. To me, she is simply Cat. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Ms. Jenna Hill.
Psychology and math here at the high school, and I think that People's Choice should be renamed Impossible Choice because there's so many remarkable students to choose from. So I know, right? So thank you. I also thought I was going to be all scandalous and be like, I'm going to break the rules, and actually the toughest decision is I'm going to choose two people. But apparently this is a guideline, not a rule, because this is no longer scandalous. But I do want to respect everyone's time, so I'm going to keep this short. I only ask this, and I think that my people will know that my lack of words is because I actually don't have words, because I've got lots, but we can share them in stories when we catch up tomorrow. But I do want to respect your time, and I feel like it should be obvious that it's two people, because these two people come as a set. Jolie and Ella, I know you guys are sitting together somewhere, so would you please come up here? I wore my job shirt. I got this. So get on up here. You guys are my people's choice. And I will tell you all of my words tomorrow when we catch up. Thank you.
nominee is actually a member of the sustainability class, a small but proud group. My nominee also exhibits 4 pretty incredible things that are quite rare. One of them is, of course, academic prowess. I think the transcript speaks for itself. Another is athletic ability in sports and in the community service being the third, involved in multiple clubs, activities, and service organizations. And the fourth being social. She's just cool and fun to be around and gets along and helps others and humbles herself to the point where, if there's concepts in class or difficult, basic, labs and things that we have to get through, she will get down and help anyone and everyone that needs it without question. So with that said, I think some of that humility comes from, she's from down on the farm, and she's a senior, which means she's going to be flying off and studying aeronautical engineering, but I don't think she'll ever forget where she comes from. So my nominee is none other than Katie.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Darren Rutherford, and I am a math teacher at Richard M. Tuttle School, and I am also the head coach of the high school girls soccer team. This is my first time presenting for the People's Choice Award, and I've always had admiration for the event and the deserving recipients. This year I felt compelled to give an award because, frankly, I think this person could have received it all 4 years she's been here at Lower Cape May Regional. As a coach, it's my job to get the best out of my players, whether it be with positive reinforcement, constructive instruction, or sometimes I have to tell them some things they're doing wrong, and hopefully they can be better for it. This person has been my coach for the 4 years she's been a player for me. She's come to me during games, and on the bus, and in practices, and she has had no problem telling me what I've been doing wrong, but she's come at me every single time, not as with a complaint or things that she feels she's been slighted for, but with things that would help the team get better. I think she's going to be a fantastic coach if she doesn't continue to play in her college days. She's an all-time captain and our second Skills USA state champion this year. My People's Choice Award goes to Caitlin Bailey.
Perfect mix of humor and hard work. She's usually the first person to sign up and won the Christmas edition of Dancing with the Faculty, a lip sync battle, or coming up with an outfit that matches my teacher look. I was fortunate to have her in class for the last 2 years and an intern for my Algebra 2 class this year. Thank you very much for all the laughs and great chats. My People's Choice is Matty Oswald, aka Mr. Bill.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Matt Danzy, and I'm the Fitness and Wellness Coordinator here at LCMR. So I get the chance to work with a lot of our students and athletes in the weight room. My People's Choice nominee this year stands out in a unique way compared to those I've chosen in the past. Unlike most of my previous nominees, who I saw regularly through athletics, she has earned this recognition through a different lens. While I've had the pleasure of working with this student, both in the weight room and during her elementary physical education years, our interactions have been less frequent due to her demanding academic schedule. Despite not seeing her on a weekly basis, she still found a way to leave a lasting impression. What stands out to me about her is her quiet determination. She carries herself with a calm, reserved presence that a lot of times might let her fly under the radar and go unnoticed to most, but behind her shy and timid exterior, I could see a student with a powerful internal drive, strong character, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. Her dedication and perseverance, especially when no one is watching, is what I appreciate most about her. Even though she wasn't in the weight room much this year, she still made it a point to stop by periodically to say hello or hang out when her schedule allowed. During those visits, we shared meaningful conversations about college, life, and her plans for the future. Her kind, polite, and respectful demeanor, along with her infectious smile, always seemed to be contagious. I started to notice her simple gesture of just stopping to say hello would leave me with a smile on my face and change the trajectory of even the most stressful of days. As our conversations grew, so did my understanding of who she was beyond the classroom. I began to notice the many qualities we shared. One in particular was her quiet, relentless pursuit of excellence and the immense pressure that comes along with it, especially when you're juggling school, athletics, and work on just the everyday responsibilities of life. I know the feeling of that pressure all too well, so it was easy to recognize when the weight of her expectations and demands of daily life were taking its toll. I would do my best to try and remind her of her capabilities and try to shift her focus back to believing in herself and staying the course. The sacrifices she has made, the countless hours she's devoted striving for success, and her kind, caring nature speaks volumes to the strength of her character. She has every reason to be confident in herself, and I truly hope she sees that. I know she will excel in the future academically, and I am confident that that she's destined to flourish in every other facet of life. Melanie Ortiz Moreno.
Hi everybody, I am Angela Manello. I'm one of the school counselors here, and it is my absolute honor to present this award tonight to a remarkable young woman, someone who embodies true growth, strength, and determination. Over the past 4 years, I've had the privilege of watching her evolve into the confident, capable, and focused student she is today. Her journey hasn't always been easy, that's for sure, but that's what makes it so powerful. She made a choice to embrace school, to show up for herself, and to work hard. She found her rhythm, and most importantly, she discovered what she's capable of, and it is so much. She is strong and capable. It is proven that when you set your mind to something, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Her path may not have looked like everyone else's, but that's what makes her story so inspiring. Everyone's road to success is different, and that's more than okay. It's real, and it's authentic, and it's yours. Embrace every challenge. Keep setting goals, and never forget your worth. You have already accomplished so much, and I know without a doubt that this is just the beginning. I am so proud of you, Miss Nevaeh Carr.
Good evening, I'm Sandy Beatty-Fox and I teach music at Lower Kidney Regional High School. It is always a challenge to select a People's Choice nominee, not because I can't think of someone, rather because I have so many qualified recipients. And it is so rewarding to see so many of my students here this evening. Congratulations to you and to your families. Tonight it is my pleasure to recognize an unsung hero of the senior class. They didn't achieve a school record or stand at the top of the senior class academically. In fact, they didn't come into this school year even on my radar. A new-to-me senior who dared to try a new course and to gain a new life skill, music. I am sure that when they entered my classroom in September, they never anticipated how well they would get to know room A7, my professional demands, or my personal quirks. Nevaeh, you are destined to do incredible things in this world. Beyond your top-notch efforts in piano class, the dedication that you showed to the 2025 yearbook is admirable and worthy of emulation. Many hands helped the process, but your unyielding determination and limitless optimism are truly the reason that in a few short weeks, all of your classmates in Lower Kidney Regional High School will have the Ed Ties. You undertook the senior section. Bless your heart. Tracking down baby pictures, editing proofs, editing directories, it never ended. But then, when you finished that in record time, you then turned your sights and heart to every and any section that needed your passion and your productivity. Your hand was a part of so many pages in the book. You successfully navigated 3 separate professional online portals, learning the nuances of each, and in this digital world, certainly gaining excellent career training. I doubt that you will ever recognize how many times your "we've got this" picked me up and helped me persevere. When students gave you a hard time as you were trying to help them appear in the yearbook, you carried on, thus exhibiting a maturity beyond your years. Please take this commitment, creativity, dedication, and work ethic into the next level of your studies. You understand that setbacks are temporary. You know that times can get tough, but we are tougher. You believe in something bigger than yourself. You embrace service to others, and that is a lofty life ideal. You have an uncanny ability to see through to the truth, but to retain your belief in a better way, a better future, a better you, and a better we. Students, this is me imploring you. When you receive your 2025 yearbook, please believe that we know there will be mistakes. We are, after all, human. And those errors will bother us far more than anyone else because we put in the hard work and countless hours into this project, not for us, but for others, for you. So the only 2 words that you need to ever tell a yearbook staff member are, thank you. And tonight, my huge and heartfelt thank you is extended to my 2025 People's Choice recipient, Nevaeh Heap. This is just your beginning, and yes, Nevaeh, we got this.
Hi everyone. My name is Amanda Breyer and I teach senior English here at the high school. My People's Choice nominee has put in countless hours of work for 2 years that I've had them. So I figured I could step out of my comfort zone for a little bit and attempt to do something I haven't done in 20 plus years. So please bear with me and forgive me if I do any of this incorrectly, which I'm sure I'm going to. Conocí a Omar en segundo año asistiendo a esta escuela cuando lo asignaron a mi clase de literatura mundial en preparación para la universidad. El material que estudiamos este año fue difícil para todos mis alumnos, pero el doble de desafiante para Omar, quien no solo tuvo que aprenderlo, sino también traducirlo del inglés a español para que le resultara más fácil de entender, pero Omar nunca se rindió. Avancemos hasta su último año. Nuevamente tengo la oportunidad de darle clase, pero esta vez se trata de literatura británica y Europa. Y Omar una vez más lo haciendo de maravilla. Es intento sigue esperándose el doble que cualquier otro para completar el trabajo y no solo hace sino que sobresale. Este año lo he visto participar más en clase e incluso hacer una presentación oral por su cuenta. Omar, estoy muy orgulloso de tus logros y me siento honorada de haberte tenido en mi clase no solo uno, sino 2 veces. No tengo duda de que harás grandes cosas en tu vida. Sigue alcanzando a las estrellas. Omar Mariche Silva.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chris Vitale. I teach English here. And I'm going to actually talk about all of you in a second here. As an English teacher, I've learned there are 3 types of students. Those who don't read, those who do read, and the very few students who elect to read all 1,276 unabridged pages of the Count of Monte Cristo. Over the past 2 years, I've taught her this student embodies what a real scholar is, questioning and learning for the sake of learning. I'm going to miss our discussions about poetry, about literature, and about financial thriller space western podcasts as well. This student understands better than any other that all human wisdom is contained in these 2 words, wait and hope. My People's Choice is Penny Hastic.
Good evening. I'm Greg Lasher, the superintendent of the school district and former principal of the Titleman School. As such, I've had the privilege of knowing many of our current seniors since their 7th grade year. I've selected one of those seniors as my recipient for the People's Choice Award using their broad range of accomplishments in 7th grade as the basis for my selection. When I first met this student in 7th grade, she was someone in need of some leadership. Today, she is that leader, an exceptional representative of her class and of the school district. She has grown into a confident, thoughtful, and compassionate leader whose presence positively impacts every environment she's part of. Many of you have seen her leadership through her roles as a former manager of the field hockey team, a dedicated band and jazz band member, a committed participant in the Key Club mock trial at her place of employment where she interacts daily with the public, and sometimes the not-so-happy public. She's evolved from a good student into one driven by deep intellectual curiosity and genuine love of learning, earning straight A's for the past 2 years. Her contributions to the performing arts at LCMR have been immeasurable. The band's benefited enormously from her musical talent and her unwavering dedication. Beyond music, her creativity shines in other ways, most notably through her beautifully painted parking space, which greets us all daily as a vibrant example of her artistic skill. What truly sets her apart, however, is her integrity, resilience, and the constant positive attitude she brings to every situation. She's a role model to her peers, a trusted voice within our community, and someone I deeply respect for her thoughtful perspective. And finally, and I'm truly sorry, but I have to share this, a moment I will never forget that you're going to have to ask her after the fact what this really means, because she can tell you the whole story. This student once turned a receipt from Lowe's into a brilliant comedic display of critical thinking that had me laughing hysterically. To explain the entire story would take some time, but suffice it to say, only she could transform something so mundane into something so memorable, clever, and enduring. Selena Morris, it is my honor to name you as my People's Choice Award recipient tonight.
Good evening. I'm representing and reading this for Ann Bracken, who is the head coach of the field hockey team, who unfortunately wasn't able to be here tonight. Of all the people I've nominated for People's Choice over the years, Sophia Sharp is one of the most deserving. She has held a special place in my heart since she was a freshman. She got into a bit of trouble that year, but recovered quickly and, more importantly, learned a lot. Always a good athlete and teammate, she surprised me her senior season with advanced skill. She went from playing varsity, but only sometimes starting her junior year, to being one of, if not the best player on our field most games as a senior. Her ability to keep her head on straight and treat her teammates with kindness is what makes her stand out. She is unselfish, hardworking, has an amazing attitude, and is always smiling. She doesn't get many official accolades, but won't have a banner hanging up in her honor. But Soph Sharp has made much more of an impact on her team and coaches. Congrats, Soph.
Hi everyone. Hello. Hi, my name is LCMRHS and I teach English here at Lower Cape May Regional. The student that I chose for my final People's Choice never seems to have a bad day or a down moment. He brings a smile to my face with every, "Hey, Mr. McCracken, how you doing?" I was fortunate enough to teach him in his freshman and sophomore years. I feel like I watched him grow. He literally shot up before my eyes. He also matured so much since the first few months that I know him. This young man is never ashamed to show how much he cares about others. He's generous to his friends and sometimes to me with those pieces of candy he would leave on my desk. He loves his family and is proud enough to tell you this. He speaks so highly of his mom and his sisters. He never has a bad word to say about his teachers or his coaches. I don't think he realizes how happy I am when he pops in for a visit or to buy a water in support of our senior class. This young man deserves to be recognized for being a good person. Vic the Boxer, you're my People's Choice.
Good evening, everybody.
This is Millie Pasovich. You met her earlier. And my People's Choice, yes, ma'am. My People's Choice nominee tonight is one of Millie's favorite people. For me, this person has shown intense intestinal fortitude over the 4 years, and she will graduate with distinction from the Lower Cape May Regional's Biomedical Sciences 4-year track. This person's made it through my class with sniffing salts and oils so she doesn't get sick during the different lessons we have. She has even agreed next week to give blood. Now she can't turn back on that promise. Even doing the phlebotomy lab was hard for her. And next week she's going to perform something for her community, something she's been really good at over the 4 years. I want to talk a little bit about Jana Brandenburg. This year, Jana acted as the data analyst and the presenter to the Cape May County Health Needs Assessment for Cooper University Hospital. This was a 2-year project that was finally wrapped up by Jana and the innovations team at Lower Cape May. This September, she presented to the CEO and the executive president of Cooper Hospital, and she transferred over a PowerPoint that they will use for the next 3 years to get funding for all of our healthcare in Lower Cape May Regional, as well as all the way up to Ocean City. So that deserves another round of applause. This past April, Jana was one of our Skills USA competitors in Newark, New Jersey for medical terminology. She has been the lead guitarist for winter carols at the Senior Citizens Victoria Commons. And if you were there, girls were throwing her songs and she was just being able to play them right off the cuff. So she's an amazing musician as well. Currently, Jan is working with her team, Ava and Bella, to map the very first list of county AED life-saving devices from Ocean City south. This large project is probably going to be unfinished, but it'll be passed on as a legacy project for next year's biomed class. Jana's contributions to our school permeate the walls of Lower Cape May. And for those of you who've had me for biology, that means what? They go through the wall, right? They leave, there you go, very good. These aren't just things we accomplish in school. These are things that we are accomplishing for our community. Past our Chromebooks, our paper, and our pens. And Jana has been actively making a difference in the lives of professionals at the hospital, as well as civilians within our county. Jana has served in the Board of Education student representative as a student representative for 2 years. And Millie's up here because Jana has acted as her Sunday school teacher basically since she was a baby, and also one of the leaders in our Cape May Lutheran youth group. And Jana is pretty much like a big sister to you. Wouldn't you say? Yeah. This summer, Jana will leave Cape May for the University of New Hampshire for pediatric medicine, and we should all root her on, not as my people's choice, but our people's choice. Yeah, that's a round of applause. I know she'll lead a life as one of Lower Township's best and brightest, who will follow in the Brandenburg family legacy of providing quality, consistent service to others. Jana Brandenburg, please join me.
Good evening, my name is Kirsten Logan. I am the fashion design and peer meter teacher. I first encountered my nominee while doing my bathroom duty between periods. She would pleasantly greet me each time and then talk with her friends before heading off to class. I could tell from her friendly interactions that she was a character in the best way possible. This year I have had the pleasure of having her in class and getting to know her.
Each class period, she comes in with a positive attitude that is contagious. She works hard, and even on the rare occasions she would forget her supplies, she would always find something to do and work on to keep her occupied the full period. It has been fun to see her skills progress and experience her excitement for something as simple as deciphering an instruction on her own to completing her overall project. I am grateful that I have had the opportunity to have her in class, and am sad it was only for 1 year. I look forward to seeing where this bright and positive character's future leads. It is my pleasure to present my 2025 People's Choice Award nominee, Zanaya Giddens.
Good evening. My name is Kelly Godfrey. I am one of the assistant principals here in the high school. I'm honored to be here tonight to recognize not just one, but two incredible young men who have both left lasting impressions on me, both professionally and personally. There's no way I could choose between them. Each of them has left something and brought something uniquely special here to our high school. The first student I'd like to honor has really gone above and beyond this year. He pushed himself outside of his comfort zone by joining both the football and wrestling teams, and in addition to being a 4-year lacrosse player, he overcame a serious injury with grit and positivity. His commitment to constantly bettering himself, as well as his willingness to try new things, is something to be admired. The next student I'd like to acknowledge is also a remarkable athlete, but above all else, I admire this student for how much he has grown, not in athletics, but as a person. Every hiccup he has encountered, he has used as fuel to become stronger, more resilient, and more compassionate. It's been inspiring to watch him. Both of these students have been my go-to guys all year long. As school store interns, they stepped up into their roles with responsibility, enthusiasm, and heart, and that made my job a whole lot easier. No task that was ever too big or too small. No matter how annoying I was about it, they did whatever I asked, and I'm very appreciative. As an administrator, I spent a lot of time here, and often after normal school hours, so as a result, my kids end up here too a lot. Both of these students have become two of my 10-year-old son's favorite people. They treat him with kindness, they treat him like one of the boys, and they make him feel special. Thank you for your time, your energy, your patience, and your heart. You've made a difference here. You've made a difference to me. And I will miss you dearly next year, but I know that wherever life takes both of you, you will continue to make those around you better. You are both so deserving of this honor. It's my great pleasure to announce that my People's Choice Award recipients are my boys, Jake Robeson and Mason Kerner.
Good evening. My name is Alec Levin, and I'm a former graduate of Lower Cape May Regional and the current boys head tennis coach. After moving back to the area, I was offered the job at the start of 2024, but there was a catch. There were no kids on the team and no kids who have ever played tennis before. Not knowing the extent of the challenge ahead, I accepted the position. Tennis is a very difficult sport to begin with, let alone having to learn the sport in 3 weeks and then be expected to compete at the high school level. When I first met my People's Choice, he had just moved here from South Carolina. He was a freshman coming to a new area where he didn't know anyone. He was very quiet and didn't say much even to the people he knew. He began working for my family's business, where I watched him grow from a quiet kid to a hardworking young man. When I took the coaching position, I asked him, well, basically forced him and told him that he had to play tennis for me. Fast forward to today, and he absolutely loves tennis. My goal was to get him to step outside of his comfort zone. I feel he far exceeded my expectations of that. I watched him grow out of his shell into a major leader on our tennis team, picking up his teammates, cheering them on, pushing the people around him to always be better. He's one of the first ones there and one of the last to leave. He's a leader. Leaders rarely worry about themselves, but rather about those around them. He has overcome a ton of adversity, battled through the hard times, and found the light at the end of the tunnel. He reminds me of the why I took this job, to motivate kids to believe in themselves, their teammates, and to be a better human, not only on the court, but in life. 1% better every day. This is a quote that I tell my players daily. It started last year when we had 0 players who had ever played tennis before. I told them to keep their heads up and to keep getting 1% better every day. My People's Choice did all that. He lived and continues to live by the words of 1% better every day. Sticking with the team after going 0-13 last season and never giving up shows the kind of person he is. He might not get to see the end goal, but he was a monumental part of the hardest years, the rebuilding years. He started this year losing multiple third-set tiebreak matches, but as I have told him, life will knock you down, but it's your ability to get up, to keep getting up, and learning from your failures that leads you down the path of success. I'm really going to miss him next year. His teammates, coaches, and everyone around him wishes he had more time here at LCMR. I am proud of the person he has become over the last 4 years. He has achieved a lot and continues to impress me on and off the court. He has a bright future this fall, attending Springfield College. I wish him all the best. My People's Choice is Nick Fitch.
Good evening, everybody. How are we doing today? First of all, before I get started, let's give another round of applause to these students. I mean, they freaking got I also would like to thank all of our faculty that came out tonight to recognize the students, because without them, none of this is possible, so thank you. My name is Billy Damiana. I teach Honors World Cultures. I teach U.S. History 1. I am the newly approved head football coach and also the head wrestling coach. So, believe you can and you're halfway there. This specific quote is from Theodore Roosevelt, the 26th President of the United States. My esteemed colleagues, more specifically Mrs. Wonder, and my students and my athletes know that TR is my favorite president. So much so that this exact quotation is the signature in all my emails. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. Think about how powerful that statement is for anybody in sports, in the classroom, and in life. Believing in yourself and having the utmost confidence is always half the battle. Once you're able to conquer that fear or lack of belief, you will be unstoppable. This quote describes my nominee to almost perfection. My nominee, however, wasn't always this confident. When I first met them, they were timid, even shy, kept to themselves, very rarely would come out of their own shell. It was easy to spot, and from that point, I took it upon myself to build a relationship with this student who had the ability to do great things. You could see the potential. It was oozing out of them. They just needed that little push and not a belief from somebody else. As a coach, a teacher, a leader, you can always get the most out of your team, your students, even your colleagues, if you just show them how much you believe in their abilities and show them the innate appreciation for their efforts. Fast forward to now, here we are, just a few short weeks from graduation, and my nominee is no longer that shy child, but rather a young, strong, confident adult, ready to take on the future. There is no doubt there was many speed bumps along the way, even a few crash outs. Quick story. I didn't know what crash out meant. So, they come to my room, visibly upset. I am on the computer, zoning out, and those of you that have me as a teacher, as a coach, sometimes I just zone out. And it's having a bad day, and it's going, I'm crashing out, and I just said, who got into a crash? She goes, I'm crashing out. How are you crashing? You're here. Did you get in a car accident today? No, I'm crashing out now. I don't understand. It means I'm pissed. Well, then why don't you just say that you're pissed? Because I'm crashing out. But it doesn't mean that you're pissed. Yeah, so why don't you use that? So now they were not only, they had already let go of the situation that they were upset at. They were mad at me because I didn't know what crash out meant. Through it all, you have grown to be an incredible role model for your younger sibling, and you've created a friendship and a bond between myself and you. You have left your impact here at Lower Cape May Regional, and through it all, at the very least, beyond a mentor, you've gained a lifelong fan and a friend. In the words of Captain Steve Rogers, I'm with you until the end of the line. She's going to kill me for saying her real name, and here comes another crash out, Madison Gretz.
I teach 6th grade at Salmon Consolidated, and I also coach high school field hockey and lacrosse at LCMR. If you looked at my nominees' list of accomplishments, you probably think, well, of course that's why she is being chosen. She has taken AP classes, played varsity tennis and lacrosse, competed at the club lacrosse level, served as student council president for 4 straight years. She's a dedicated member of Morgan's Message, helping spread awareness about mental health. She's in the National Honor Society, and she just recently hit her 500th career save. She is a first-team Cape Atlantic League All-Star, a Cape Atlantic League Female Athlete of the Week, and a South Jersey Senior Lacrosse Team selection. Yes, that's all true, but that list, it doesn't tell you the most important things about her. It doesn't tell you that she's the one who sees the girls standing alone at practice and walks right over. It doesn't tell you how she always makes sure the equipment is done, the fridge in the locker room is filled and organized, checks in on her teammates, picks people up with her energy, and leads with kindness. Not for recognition, but just because that's who she is. It doesn't tell you that when the team is tired and the day is long and everything feels heavy, she shows up. No complaints, no excuses, just heart and a lot of energy. And here's the point that gets me every single time. 2 years ago, if you told me this would be the girl at the center of our lacrosse program, the heartbeat of our team, I'm really not sure I would believe you. Because back then, she wasn't making all the best choices. But instead, from hiding from it, she grew from it. She didn't make excuses, she did the work, she owned it, she reflected. She became so much more than a better athlete. She became a leader, a teammate, a force on and off the field, and the standard of character we want to build our programs around. That journey, that rise from the hard parts, that's what makes tonight so powerful. Because it wasn't always easy for her, but she made it worth it. Somewhere along the way, she taught me this phrase, no crumbs. It means leave nothing behind, no half effort, no regret. Show up, give your all, every single time. She didn't just say it to me or the team, she lived it. And in case I ever forget, she even bought me a hat that says it loud and clear, no crumbs. I promise you, I won't forget, because she's not left her mark, just left her mark on LCMR Girls Lacrosse. She's left her mark on me, on our school, on this community. She's taught us what it means to fail, to rise, and to keep rising. She has shown us that greatness isn't perfection, it's in persistence. Next year, she's heading off to play Division I lacrosse, and I'll be in the stands wearing that no crumbs hat, tears in my eyes, pride in my heart, and absolutely no doubt that the best is still to come. Congratulations, Sophia Vitale. You didn't just leave it all out on the field, you left it all with us, and we are better for it. Make sure to leave no crumbs.
Good evening. My name is Peg Kroger, and I am a teacher here for over 26 years and one of the senior class advisors. This year was a little bit different for me because I didn't have to agonize over a speech. I just knew from the beginning that this was going to be my recipient. Throughout the years, I've met students that I've respected or valued for their hard work. Students that I recognized for their intelligence and their wit, and students that just made me laugh. After meeting my people's choice and his best friends, I realized that I could meet students who would become lifelong friends. When I met my recipient last year, I walked into my best friend's classroom, and I will tell you it was during her prep period, and it was utter chaos. There were kids doing Wordle and connections on the TV, and I had no idea what was going on, but on her whiteboard was a list of all of the vacation spots we should be going to for our senior class, including Paris, Mexico, and I believe Aruba. There was also a list of all of the fundraising ideas that we were going to have to be able to pay for this trip. None of these things are why I picked my people's choice though. Earlier this year I had a minor surgery and I came to from the anesthesia and I got my phone and I had a remind message. It was my people's choice texting me to see if I was okay and how the surgery went. It was also a message telling me that, don't worry, Krogs, I went down to the bagel shop and everything is still running smoothly. You're good. Thanks. My people's choice was the one who came to my room a little while back, a couple months ago, I believe, almost a couple months, so excited because he was about to have a brand new nephew. And he couldn't wait until his game was over that night because he was going to get to meet baby Leo. He was so excited. He's the person that came to my room to tell me that he was making his brother and sister-in-law his pasta alla vodka, which was his specialty when his parents were away. My people's choice is just a kid that just leads with his heart. And we are so proud that, and we cannot wait to come see my people's choice, Corson Hughes, when he graduates from the Army next year.
Good evening. How are you doing tonight? My name is Ian McCrone, and I've had the great honor and privilege of teaching chemistry here at the high school and coaching over at Titleman and here in the high school. It truly is an honor and a privilege. And a difficult choice every year. How do you choose? So every year I come up with a theme, something that's going to guide my thoughts. It's going to guide me in the way I'm going to go and the way I'm going to choose, because it always is very difficult. And the theme I went with this year was, you are seen. This moves. All right. The world can be pretty dark sometimes, and what a blessing it is to know that we have so many wonderful young people who are going out and shining their light for all to see. Who are going out and being a blessing and don't even realize that people know. And I thought of 3 people. I couldn't choose one. I thought of 3 people. And I could go more, but I have to self-control here. who stood out in how they affect the people around them and how they uplift their class or community in so many different ways. So 3 people. First, Cole Litz, you bring joy to the day. Every morning you walk in. You lift people up with your smile and your encouragement. I am so glad for those years you finally got to take my class. It was just a wonderful thing. And every day it's a blessing seeing you living, doing your best. Through all your challenges, through all the things that happen, you are continued joy, not just to me, but to everyone around you. I thank you. To Connor Burkin, I have 2 very specific stories when I talk about bringing the joy to people. He did it in all my years of coaching and involved in the running community. I've never seen this. He ran a very tough race as an 8th grader, cross-country team. And at the end of this race, the official called everyone over because he wanted to share how this young man inspired him just through the sheer joy of running. He exudes joy in all he does. Years later, I had the opportunity to see him in a moment of victory. He had won his wrestling match in a very critical match. And I was outside in the hallway, I saw his opponent was actually sitting down, just despondent. And in the moment of his victory, he took the time to kneel down to him and encourage him and comfort him. And I don't think he knew anyone saw him. But you are seen. You show your love. And last but not least, this person has my respect and admiration for everything she does, for all the work she does, for all the effort she puts in, for all the behind-the-scenes things that she does we don't even realize, for the work she does in the community, for her presence all over, for the enlightenment she brings through music, through the gifts she shares, through her technical ability, for the hard work she puts in all aspects of the school, and I know she puts the pressure on herself to succeed. We see you. We know what you're doing, and we appreciate you. Jill and Mikhail, you are seen, you are an inspiration. Thank you. And as you graduate and share your light with the world, and carry that to everyone. And it's truly a wonderful thing.
This concludes our presentation of the People's Choice Awards for 2025. Congratulations to all the recipients receiving awards this evening. Thank you, staff members, for recognizing these fine students in a public forum. Finally, thank you, Mrs. Bronson and Mrs. Husson, for organizing tonight's event. We're almost done. At this time, I invite all recipients to come up on stage for a group picture. Thank you, and have a great evening.